Hi, you guys.
Hi, you guys. Take two
Take two. Welcome back to another episode
of The Time Is Now.
with Batia and Rukama Goldston.
Well, we will be discussing
our topic for today. This is round 2, y'all. We already recorded. We probably gonna post both versions, y'all. Double episodes. So we have like an audio version because the video just
stop midway.
Stop. It wasn't even midway. It was
18
15 minutes in, 18 minutes in. But we persevere and we're very grateful for it all. So on this topic of our podcast this episode's topic is gratitude.
And we just did a whole 45 minutes. So we are
that was an hour.
An hour. So we're taking a second opportunity.
A second chance.
For the YouTube version
for
of
YouTube
it. But we
community.
definitely are going to post the
original.
Because it's so beautiful.
Very beautiful.
And
Tap in. Link in bio.
Right.
Check it out.
Check it out.
Just because it doesn't have a video.
Don't underrate us.
Don't.
But we're gonna drop this second time, and we're gonna do it.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Cause what they say? Every setback is a setup for the next comeback.
Oh my God!
Every setback is a setup for the next comeback. Okay.
Okay. So we're back again at it, and we're gonna do what we do.
Feel like Maya Angelou. Still I rise.
And still I rise.
All right.
Because nothing will stop us. We're here. We're here to offer you a version of us. Let's go. You choose one.
All right. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
This is funny. I don't know.
Why we on these wild cards? Okay, go ahead.
It's take a selfie together. Wait.
We here.
Wait.
It's like together.
Oh, my bad.
Okay. Have you changed your mind about anything recently?
Oh my God, I've changed my mind about everything.
Well,
but recently, something I've recently changed my mind about. I haven't really changed my mind, but I'm slowly adjusting. Tomatoes. I'm trying to
Oh my goodness.
I'm trying to see if I can eat tomatoes because I'm like,
yo,
what is the deal with tomatoes? They are not that bad, but so it's been instances and people have said cherry tomato. Okay, that's not good either. That's just a little sweeter and I don't know. So I've been trying to just when I can. Maybe eat a little more. Maybe I don't know. It's just I'm trying to reintroduce it into my palate, as live fresh tomatoes. I don't know. I'm
interesting.
Yeah.
She's never eaten tomatoes.
I hate tomatoes.
Tomatoes hate is strong.
I hated tomatoes. It was that deep though. It was that serious. Bananas.
Wow. Tomatoes and bananas.
Bananas I don't think I can tell you. I'm gonna need a little more work to get up to there. Let me get past tomatoes.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So ask yourself. Have you changed your mind about anything recently? And if so, how did that impact your life?
Yeah.
Right. Or how is it impacting your life? All right. I feel like I didn't get asked the question.
No, it was take a selfie together. Yeah. We didn't even take a selfie, but it was all right. Y'all screenshot that. Send it to me.
What are you going to do with it?
Oh, we can use that as the cover for our, wait. That probably is going to be the cover of our the episode. Yeah.
Okay. So, gratitude.
Wow,
we went so deep and so far. Where did we start over at to talk about gratitude?
That's what I'm saying. Gratitude.
Wow.
Gratitude. Go ahead.
For me, gratitude is everything. It is actually the opportunity to see the miracle in everything that happens, no matter how you label it.
Yeah.
Gratitude is an experience of the present moment. Gratitude is here now. When I use my senses to tap in.
Yeah.
If I'm able to hear something, whether it's noisy or silent or just internally in myself, finding gratitude for that and what I
Yeah.
see through my eyes and what I
Yep.
smell and what I touch.
Yeah.
Just using my sensories
Yeah.
to actually tap into the language that's being spoken, because there's a language that's always being spoken. Um, wow, that's interesting that this one started off with sensory and the last one started off with nature.
Yeah.
You know, it's all one and the same.
Yep.
What is
Because we are a
gratitude for
part
you?
of nature.
We are part of everything and everybody.
Gratitude for me is, this might sound like a repeat, but gratitude to me is being thankful for the present moment right now. It's finding the joys and the gifts that exist within your reality right now without anything changing, without, once this happens, without that, without it should be like this, without it should be like that. It's being able to stand still and sturdy and present within yourself to look out and say, wow, everything is working out
The way it's supposed
the
to.
way it's supposed
As
to.
it's supposed to.
As it's supposed to. My life is unfolding magically.
It really is.
It really is.
And every moment is a moment of unfoldment.
Yeah.
And it's all just a miracle.
Yeah.
And a miracle is not something that's, big and exceptional. It's a miracle that I'm sitting here talking. It's
Yeah.
a miracle that I'm breathing. It's a miracle that my eyes can
see.
roam and travel, and I can look at this, and I got peripheral vision, and I
Yep.
can hear behind my head, and it make me turn around. Like,
Yeah.
all of that is
A miracle. The miracle of existence. The miracle of your digestive tract working. The miracle of you think in your mind to lift my hand is already... It's happening so quick. That is the miracle of existence, and of just
what happens
being
when we
alive.
can't do those
And we are
things.
already the miracle. Basically, we are already a miracle. Anything
So why would
else,
I not be grateful
why
for
would I
being the
not be
miracle of who I
grateful?
am?
Hey.
What about you? Have you recognized that you're a miracle? And
Yeah.
are you grateful for every aspect of whoever you are
Yeah.
as you are? Is the chair you sitting in a part of the miracle? Because it allows you an opportunity to rest yourself on it.
Yeah.
Do you take moments and feel the sensations of my body sitting in this chair? Is it comfortable for you? Does it feel lumpy? Does it feel sharp? Does it feel smooth? All of those are opportunities for you to be grateful for something, because if it feels uncomfortable, you have a right to get up
And
make
readjust.
adjustments, right? And how many times do you make adjustments, readjust in your own life, in your own day, in your own attitude, and your experiences?
Yep.
And that's a lot to do with gratitude as well, because when you can do that, that means that you're present. And for me, gratitude is to be a witness of the presence that I'm experiencing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. And there's so much to be grateful for at any given point in time, at any moment in existence, at the lowest, what can feel like the lowest of the low. There's still so much to be grateful for. And I can say, even in myself, in moments that maybe I can, in that moment of life, in that moment of time, in that season, my gratitude wasn't where it is now. Wasn't close. What was even gratitude? Like, it was always present, but that's because it's been on your journey and on your path for so long. So it was always, present, but it was like that taking it inward. Because I feel like people hear about gratitude all the time. Gratitude is like people hear about
cliche.
it. It's very, it can feel very cliche. Everybody talk about it. Everybody, you can post a little and you're grateful for it all. But it's like, no, I'm serious. It's like, it'd be like
But what does that really mean?
Yeah.
What does that, is it something that you feel internally? Is it an external experience? What does that really mean? Because I remember when I met my grandmother, and to see the magnitude of gratitude that lived inside of her for the simplest things that, we tend to take for granted. She took scissors out the cabinet, out the drawer, to cut some lettuce in a salad. And she said, thank you for the scissors. Thank you that her hands were able to cut them. Thank you for the lettuce. And the whole experience about even like when you drink a glass of water, do you stop and give gratitude to that glass of water and the glass, the water, and to your body, to what it's going to receive? Like, how intentional are you? When you're living in gratitude, it causes you to live in intentionality.
Yeah.
Because I have to be intentional about paying attention to what's going on in order for me to
be
even
grateful.
be grateful.
My eyes have to be open to even see.
And then I have eyes in my ears because I hear. I have eyes in my palate. I have eyes in my in my nose. Like,
Yeah.
it's all, and I know that sounds crazy that I have eyes in all those places, but the same way I see, I feel. It's a
Yeah.
sensory
Yeah.
experience that
A whole
causes
sensory,
me
wow.
to be present, which always take me back to thou shalt not have no other gods. And that wasn't the one I was going to. It's the one about thou shalt not take on vain imagery, because the imagery doesn't just come from what I see, it comes from what I hear. So
Yeah.
what am I experiencing when I
Yeah,
hear?
because I think, oh, wow, because you can, oh, wow, because I just had a whole different thought. I just went somewhere else. But I'm thinking, like, you know how you say false idols? And
False
false
idols.
idols is not necessarily, wow, a statue. False idols could be the information that you're hearing in and you taking in, because it's all in your mind anyway. Information is information. The way that we perceive it is based on us. It's based on who we are. It's based on the built-in mechanisms of who we are. Because we can sit in the same room and we are having totally, completely, I'm not even saying like mildly different, totally, completely, hugely different experiences.
That sent me straight to Feelings Buried Alive Never Die.
Yeah.
Because she talks about none of us are the same. So if I experience a trauma and you experience a trauma, we're experiencing two separate traumas,
Yeah.
because the reality that was set in motion for my parents to create me is the creation of an experience that is unique to my experience. While I was in my mother's womb, whatever she experienced, those energies and forces was carried down through into the baby that she was holding, and no one else had that unique experience.
Nobody.
And in the same token, we are all intertwined and interconnected. So even though we have different experiences, there is still a moment that we can come
Yeah.
into the gratitude, and I can
Those
say,
different experiences, oftentimes, that is our shared connectedness.
Right.
That we all come through to have a different experience. Even me and my siblings, we are having different
Right.
experiences.
Because
we had different, the people say
womb
stuff
stories.
growing up, oh, different
but womb
experiences.
stories,
Yeah.
everybody was at a different time,
Yeah.
right? And can I be
And that's
grateful
from the very beginning.
From the very beginning, can I be grateful for the very beginning of my
Yeah.
parents coming together in whatever state they were in,
Yeah.
and build my gratitude from that place. The gratitude of an egg and a sperm. First of all,
Oh my God, what are the chances? What are the odds? What are the chances? What are the odds?
I won my first race.
Oh.
I won that race.
Born winner.
Right? A born winner. Right? And if you just tap into the essence of that, like, I won. I chose to be here.
Yeah.
Because there were so many other sperms that was trying to get to the egg. But
no,
it was,
yeah.
oh my.
It was me that made it.
So if you allow yourself to go there, like, sit there for a second. Like,
Yeah.
really sit there for a minute. Can you find any level of
Yeah.
gratitude to your parents, who may have been the people who traumatized you?
Yeah.
May have been the source
More
that caused
oftentimes
you
than not.
the most pain, or the most love, or the most whatever. Can you just be present for that? Or
Yeah.
is your arrival here so horrible that you can't even acknowledge that you won? You a winner to begin
Yeah.
with, right?
Yeah.
Wow. If I carry that everywhere I go, that I'm a winner in everything that I do, because I won that
Yeah.
first race.
You already won.
I've
You are already here. You are already perfect. You are
Y'all.
already whole. You are already all of these
Enough.
things. Enough from Bram off bat, from the moment that you entered the womb. Literally.
No matter what story that you have,
Yeah.
that's what we have in common. We all came here through a sperm and an egg.
Yeah.
We're united from that aspect. Our parents came from that, our grandparents, great-grandparents. And then when you take it even further and you go into the gratitude that your great-great-great-great-great-great-grandmother, you were an egg
Yeah.
that was going to be delivered
Yeah.
later on in life through that whole cycle, or
Through
you
that
were a
entire
sperm
cycle.
that carried through every male that ever that in your lineage that ever
Yeah.
showed up. You were there. You traveled through a time and space, but you say, "But I don't remember that." But you were there, and can you tap
Yeah.
into the gratitude to those who came before you?
Yeah.
And then
that's like
the
a remembrance, not
offsprings.
even of the mind. That's a remembrance of your whole essence as a part of creation. Like, it is
Never
integral
never.
to you. It's not anything that's ever been divided from you. It's not anything you've never been separated. It's not anything that you have ever been a part of. You have always, and you I added it to my morning prayers. I be doing my attempts to say them, but it's a part in the Course in Miracles, and it says, I am an effect. I'm forever an effect of God.
Right.
Right. And so that concept of like,
Right.
if I was made and created in the image and likeness of God, I am forever. I was born that way. I was established that way. He said, there I was established, and here I remain.
Right.
Just as you were.
And remember, it's the God of your own understanding.
Yeah.
Like, there is no attachment to me on what God you understand
Then.
God to be.
Yeah.
There the essence that you came from a sperm and an egg. That's not we not nowhere arguing about, is my God Yah, God, Allah, Buddha, Keto.
Yeah.
It's not present there. Or when you go out to the tree, ain't nobody arguing about what color the God is.
Yeah.
We just grateful that the tree exists and that it's giving us what it offer us, and we giving it what it offer us. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's always an inexchangeable process, because when you arrived here, it was an exchange of your mother's womb,
Yeah.
of your father's presence, your father's DNA. Like, it's always just an intertwining.
Yeah. And just by you being here, you deserve to be here.
Right.
By fact, by way, by proof of your physical, literal existence.
So can you find gratitude in that?
Yeah. Wow. I think that's,
Wow.
oh, wow. Because wow. That is the ultimate gratitude.
Is it the ultimate? Is there such thing as ultimate? Because then I put a cap on it. And what else is
don't
possible?
even mean it like that.
Oh, okay. What do you mean it like? Because
I'm
we
saying
we
that's
so
the-
intellectual
I'm saying,
and
look.
so high right now on our
That's the one, I'm saying, like, that's,
the level of gratitude.
yeah, that encompasses, I think, everything
That we know of today.
that we know of today.
Right.
Yeah.
Because in this moment, that's what we know of today.
I'm saying, like, in the gratitude of my existence, I am grateful for every experience I have ever had. I am grateful for every moment that I have ever shared. I'm grateful for everything. I'm grateful for everything. If I'm whole with me, I'm grateful for the whole of me, and I'm grateful for the whole of the world, and I'm grateful for the whole of everybody else, and every interaction that I have, and every stranger that I meet, and every bee that buzzes too close.
Yeah, that takes me right into, I'm thankful for
For
it
it
all, good, bad, and beautiful. I love that song, because it feed fire inside of me, and it keep the fire ignited.
Yeah.
Because who decided that I could not be grateful for something that I perceive as good, bad, ugly?
Yeah.
Like, it's a perception, and perceptions are always going to push me away from gratitude. You know, take us.
I'm grateful when I know I'm whole. I'm grateful when I know I'm capable, because every experience that would come to me that would tell me in my perception and in my mind not to be grateful, or that I would adopt an energy and an impression that's not of gratitude, is, I got lost in that thought. I don't even know what I was about to say.
I know I just floated into a thought.
Like, I just went somewhere else. I was
just
thinking,
floated
I was
into a thought.
on it, then it left.
I just floated into this thought about truly understanding the essence of who you are. Like, when I interact with you, there are things that happens in our home that quite naturally aggravates me or aggravates Batia. Like, don't get it twisted. Just because we have these great podcasts, that we don't have moments as well. But when we hit the moments, is what do you do in that moment? When I walk in the house and I want the laundry put up on shelves and not thrown on a bed, because we have a beautiful system of washing, drying, and putting clothes on the bed or in a big tub. Is
Wow, I love you for saying that. That's the system. That's the system.
But that's a system that we had even when they were little children.
Yeah.
We always
had a
clean
laundry
clothes,
basket,
but
and
we
then
always
you
had
folded at
right.
the, yeah, that was always
On weekends we
yeah.
folded laundry on a big blanket together. So it's a system that we created. But now it's just the two of us. It's not a
Yeah, so
house
it's
full of
not-
people. So it's
yeah.
like, why do we still have a bed full of clothes? So in creating the system, when I walk in and I see, it's like the clothes are folded. Why haven't you put the clothes on the shelf? In my mind. But
Yeah.
instead of me immediately coming to her and going, why you didn't, I understand that I am creating a new system. So my job in the creation of this new system is, hey, when you going to get to the clothes? Do you need me to help you do it? What's going on with it?
Yeah.
Still find the level of love
Yeah.
and gratitude in every process. Or I love to peel fruit in the morning when I'm running out, and I put the peelings in the sink, and that does not feel good for Bati when she come in. So she
It's
always
just-
say,
it's
why
so
can't you
like-
just put it in the bag? So because that's a system that's running for her and we share space, I do my best to now take that, what I'm accustomed to doing, because I'm
Yeah.
hurrying, take it, put it in the trash bag, and then when she come in, she's not going to meet that. And then if she does meet it, then she have to say
Yeah.
whatever, think
That's
whatever.
me meeting it.
That's her meeting
That's
it.
me meeting it, and that's me having to see where I stand, because it's easy for me to pick up
Right.
and throw it in the bag too if it
Right.
bothers me.
Yeah, like y'all told me when y'all were growing up, if our rooms ain't clean, why you care? They our rooms. And if it bother you, then you do it, right? And that sounded insane to me when they were growing up. But then I came to a point that if it doesn't bother them, but it bothers me, in order for it not to bother me, I have no problem going to do it.
Yeah.
You know, and so I changed my own energy around it. And then I found gratitude in picking up behind them, or picking up behind my children and saying, you know what, this is such an opportunity for me to put my energy in their space,
Yeah.
rather than finding a judgment in it, because you can't be in gratitude and judgment at the same time.
Yeah, and then
Right.
how grateful you are to have a house full of people that are living their own lives, that create their own trail, you know, that in a house that's really lived in. How beautiful is that?
Yeah. A house that's lived in.
Yeah.
Oh my, that is, I love a house that's lived in. And it's just so beautiful to walk into someone's home and see their personality. And I'm
Yeah.
not walking into a museum.
Yeah.
So
But then if you are walking into a museum, that is their personality being
yeah,
reflected.
but that's not a problem. I'm saying, but like
No, I know.
living in a space that
That you can tell people kan garing bekef.
sometimes I just want to turn the camera around and show y'all like what our front room look like in the morning. I was studying, so it's books on the couch. I did my
Yeah.
exercises, so my belly exerciser is on the table. The plants are displaced. The blankets that we covered ourselves with, my purse from last night.
Yeah.
But how often are we allowed to expose these portions of life and say, I'm grateful for it?
Yeah.
Or if somebody knocked on my door right now, how quickly do we
Would
need
I-
to put things in order? This is a lived-in home. So part
Yeah.
of being a lived-in home is, are you allowed to have a living home with yourself,
Yeah.
right? And being
Yeah.
grateful for the lived-in home that's inside of me.
Yeah.
So if today I walk out,
And can I embrace the mess in me?
right.
Can I see the mess in me and see the mess and love
And
it
is it a
still?
mess?
Yeah.
Or is
right?
it just lived in?
Is it just lived in?
Is it just lived in? When I see the clothes on the bed, is it a mess or it's just clean clothes?
Yeah.
You know?
And yeah, that's why I have a. That's why it probably be an issue for me, because it's never a mess.
Right.
I never see. It's never.
Yeah,
It's never a mess to me.
It's always art. When you really change the way you view it and ask questions about it, like, why does the clothes have to be in the closet? Who said they have to be in the closet? Why is that hit my eye and suddenly it sent me into, a perception,
Yeah.
right? This is good, because this is a work in progress
Yeah.
experience. So it's always just so revealing what comes through on these moments of being in the moment.
Yeah.
And if gratitude is being in the moment, then what more can we be grateful for in learning our own process while we're sharing our process
Yeah.
with the world?
Literally, it's so transformational. It's so helpful, and it just allows you to see.
Behind the veil.
Yeah.
Or through the veil. Or without the veil. or whatever.
Unflinchingly, because I know that I am whole, and I know that I am complete, and I know that I am enough, and I know that I am deserving. So even in all of the perceived mess, I still have that knowing inside of me.
Unflinchingly. That's
Unflinchingly,
beautiful.
yeah.
We should write something on that.
Yeah, we
Because,
good.
like, unflinchingly
Yeah.
what? Wow, that's beautiful.
And I think, like, I would say in my own personal perception, in my own personal life, it's unflinching because I just have been through so many moments.
Right. What moment can you recognize within yourself that it is a huge moment of gratitude for you?
This was a huge moment of this was a huge moment of gratitude for me. This had to be around like 2 years ago. Probably around 2 years ago. It was February, March era, and I was really struggling so bad. 2023. Oh man, no, it was a good year, but February, the beginning of that year, it started off, I was feeling intensely. And I had seen a video on TikTok, something about hearts. And I was really down. Like, I was really down. Like, I was really down.
What does that mean?
And
Because you said it like 3 times, so it has some depth to it.
yeah,
I was really down.
I was really down. It was like, it was bye-bye zone, man. I don't know. I was feeling overwhelmed. I was feeling alone. I was feeling alone. I was feeling scared. I was feeling overwhelmed. I was feeling like maybe I could go somewhere that's not here. And it was a moment that I could have leaned into that. I've been there before. That was a low, but that wasn't close to the lowest low. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't at all. But it was just a feeling. And I remember in that moment, I think I saw that TikTok, and that was a random TikTok. And that was a random video that amongst all these videos that I scrolled. And they were saying something about hearts, and it was her boyfriend. And she was saying every time that she saw the hearts, then she thought about her boyfriend, and he used to look for him with her, or something like that. And I took that for myself from that moment 2 years ago. And if you know me for real, like, it's always the hearts everywhere. But I started that was around like 2 years ago because I was feeling so empty.
Well, I never knew the
Yeah,
reason why she takes pictures of heart
everywhere. And I find them
random places.
everywhere. And
wow.
Every time, and I just took that, like how she said it reminded her of her boyfriend or whatever. I took that as a sign, like, okay, for a personal, every time that I see a heart, that's in my mind, that's God and that's the universe telling me that keep going. You can keep going. You can keep going. Because your man be telling you, Ator, stop. Crank this. Throw it away. And I'm like, okay, so once I started seeing them, every time I saw them, then they would fill me with this feeling of like, I feel like I'm supported, even if it's just by me, even if it's just by my own mind, even if it's just by my own perception. And that was just a random heart that nobody, who cares? That was a random. But once I turned my attention and my focus on it, I was able to see it everywhere. Wow. Everywhere I go, I see hearts. Everywhere. Every single place I go. And now, in those earlier moments when I was seeing the hearts, it was like, it really gave me like a rush of a feeling. And it was like, wow. It gave me a sense of calm would just be able to wash over me. Like I would be riding the bus home from base and it would be a heart in the clouds. It would be a shape in the clouds, or I'm eating my food and it would just be a cucumber that's just randomly in the shape of a heart. Oh, wow. Or somebody spit on the ground and it was literally in the shape of a heart. And I would just take pictures of all of it. And it was in my everyday real life moments. I wasn't going around looking for hearts. Like I'm a fan of heart. But I just opened up myself to invite that into my life. So whenever I saw it, I was just so grateful for it. And now when I see him, it's like not necessarily accompanied with all of that emotion and all of that it helped me through. Because now it's just something that I know. When I see a heart, I just know. It's a quick one, like, oh, look at my heart again. Hey. So that was like a moment that I was really grateful for because it was a hard point in my life, And I've been in hard points before, and I've been in hard points and not adopted gratitude at all. I've been in hard points and sank and just sank and just sank until eventually I adopted gratitude. You know, eventually it gets to a point. It gets to a point. It does. But that was a moment that I was just so grateful for, that I had the awareness to do something different, that just by chance that video, out of all the millions of videos on the internet, that it would pop up and I would see it and it would resonate so deeply, and it would be something that, again, like you said, 2 years later, it's always present for me. This is probably be present for me for the rest of my life.
But is that by chance? And if
or is that just...
And if you could ask the audience a question, what question would you follow that up with for them to take on something that...
A question that I would ask, or maybe not even a question, but I would say maybe if there is something in your life that you can... Life is what it is, right? And I think life inherently, I'm not too sure of the meaning, right? Inherently. So I think that that's an opportunity, and doing things like that is the way that you create meaning in your own life, because that heart to somebody else is just a heart. Or maybe it's a cool thing in that, but it's like, where is an area in your life that maybe feels empty, that maybe feels lacking, that you can create your own meaning in, that you can reshape and reframe a thought. If you could say, every time I see a yellow card, that means this. You can decide that in your mind, and it doesn't matter how it sounds to anybody else, but it's like, it's your mind, it's your brain, it's your world, it's your life, and life has the meaning that you give it. So
that's so beautiful, because yours is a heart, and you watched the video in order to, bring you into that gift.
Yeah.
It was a perception that came to you, well, a video that came to you and was a gift to you. Mine has always been clothespins.
Yeah. Oh, clothespins?
Right? In random places.
I thought you were going to say 4-leaf clovers.
The 4-leaf clovers came after the clothespins. So I started noticing that in random a shopping center, I would find a clothespin on the ground.
Yeah.
So I started collecting them, and I started picking them up, and I started...
Yeah,
wow,
this overly with the clothespins.
This is something, because even when clothespins would drop downstairs, I would go pick them up. I would have y'all pick them up. I would put clothespins back together. Yeah. And I didn't have a reason. I wasn't impoverished that I couldn't go buy a new clothespin, but clothespins became as beautiful as the heart is for her. And when I tell y'all, I could be walking up the mountain, and I find a clothespin. Like, who was hanging out clothes on the mountain? Yeah. So it's such a random gift from universe that anytime I see a clothespin, I just pick it up. You may have seen me with a clothespin attached to my backpack or my purse. Yeah. It's because I found it. And then the 4-leaf clover thing is just a phenomenal to me. Like,
it's always
it's a phenomenal.
Oh man!
And it came from Grammy, mm-hmm. my mother's mother, because she had a 4-leaf clover, and I was like, I've never seen a 4-leaf clover before. It was my first time like seeing somebody who captured it and saved it, and then I was like, I wonder if I could start finding 4-leaf clovers. And it was just a curiosity of, can I find them? And just about everywhere I go, if I look down in a patch of clovers, I'm going to find it. And I remember the day I found a 5-leaf clover when I got off the bus in Beersheba at Big. It was a random pot, and it was a 5-leaf clover. And Spirit have already revealed to me that it's going to show me a 8-leaf clover. So I'm always in anticipation of, is it in this patch? Yeah. But whenever I go look for it, I'm not going to find it, because it comes to you when you're not looking for it. I'm not, oh my God, please show it to me.
I needed to show it to me.
Yeah.
It's just it's an excitement every time that you interact with it.
Right.
And it's something, I think, that when it's those things that feel like inanimate, right? But it's those synchronicities that just bring you back into yourself of like, oh wow, yeah, this is my little world. This is my little life.
And it's such a big one, because when you see it, when I see the clothespin, my level of gratitude that, I always look up, I always give thanks. I'm always just so present, and it filled me up with a level of joy that it's just a clothespin. It's a piece of plastic and a piece of wire. It's a piece of
Yeah.
wood. It's something that somebody painted, but it's something about that clothespin, like the heart is for you.
I was about to
So
say this just really made me so emotional in this moment right now, because now it's 2 years later,
right,
right? So it's like reflecting on where I was then and how much personally for me this has held me over in ways that nobody could really understand or imagine, because it was so, I had made it so personal to me. And your life is personal to you. Like you said, our experience in the womb, our experience is personal to us. And as you grow up and as you go through life, you get the chance to make your life personal to you and meaningful to you. Wow. At any given point in time. Even if for the past 70 years it has been meaningless for you, or you made the meaning for everybody else.
what can you do to make it meaningful for you now? Like the clover was from my grandmother. It was an inherited gift that I received. The heart was from a random stranger.
Yeah.
Like the clothespin just started happening. What happens in your life that feels like it's a random synchronicity,
Yeah.
that it remind you that the presence is there with you, because every space that you're in, God is there.
Yeah.
This, whatever your understanding of God is present.
Always. I
Always.
think that concept that God is in every room, that also is something that in my mind, if I can just think that thought in any situation that I'm going through, and then I think also just with experiences in life that I've been through and I've grown through and I've lived through, I look back on it now with the sense of being able to look back, and hindsight is 2020, and I'm just awed at the resilience, and I'm awed at the gratitude that was there in that moment, and I'm awed at how everything worked out and played out the way that it did, even in the hardest moments when I couldn't see it perfectly aligning.
Right.
It was just always still perfectly aligning and perfectly unfolding, and I think it always is. And I think that when we know that, but I think that, I don't know, that's something that everybody
I know. Because I
learn.
don't think
Yeah,
that. I know it. It's
I know. It's not
annoying.
even
And I
it's
know
not a thought in my mind. It's just, it's an embodied feeling. It's an embodied presence. But it's an embodied presence that I have had to learn through what felt like at the time great, grand hardship.
Wow. So
But I can't deny it because I know it so well.
I know it.
I know it.
The only reason I can share it is because I know it.
Yeah.
You can't share what you don't know. We share once we know, and we give back to those who we interact with, the
Yeah.
energy, the force, the universe. We give back what we know.
Yeah.
What we don't know and we're uncertain of, we keep to ourselves. But when
Yeah.
we know it, it bursts through us. It births
Oh,
itself through us,
man.
and it's a whole nother level. Go ahead.
Wow, because that just made me, now I'm put this on here so I can motivate myself. I've been motivating myself, but I'm putting together a collection. It's not even putting together. I've put together a collection of poetry and writings and prose that I've written over the past 6 months, processing some aspects of my life and
Call it by its name. Processing some traumatic.
So the title is going to be A Soft Place to Land, Writings of a Journey Through Healing, like that. And so it's separated into, I have it all formatted, in the way that I have. And I'm not debating about putting it out, but I think I've decided that I'm doing it, but there is still in me that hesitance of like,
Is that once again showing up the fear
Yeah.
of success, the fear of exposure,
the fear of exposure,
of rejection,
and attention.
What y'all gonna think? What y'all gonna say? Like,
Yeah,
that's the reason.
That's the thread. But I'm working through it as I go, slowly but surely. I'm working through
First
it.
of all, for you to announce it on here is
that's
so
what I'm
beautiful.
saying.
Like,
I'm overly confident.
I don't know if it's confident or
I'm making it.
I don't know if it's annoying that you're sharing.
Yeah.
It's happening through you in this
Yeah,
moment.
yeah. And what you just said right now about like the things that I'm writing and the pieces that I have put together is from my own knowings and from my own life and from my own experiences. And so why wouldn't I share them? Why wouldn't I share them?
Right.
You know?
And God forbid If only one person,
if only one person
benefits
has,
from it.
because that video that girl posted, maybe it impacted 70 million people. Maybe it only impacted me, but the impact that had on my life was so meaningful. It was bigger than so many other things at the time of any video that I could have scrolled through, and they were saying, you need to sit down and journal 4 times and write this, It was like, it was just that kind of on the go type of thing. And so I'm inspired.
I'm so proud of you. And her writing has already definitely touched one person.
Yeah.
So the one person syndrome has already been done. Let's see who the next one person is. And it's not about how many people watch our shows or how many people follow us or like us or leave a comment. It's never about that. It's the one person that get a glimpse of something and it shift something inside of you.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's the heart story, the clover, my grandmother, the whatever that one core is that touched your heart. It was worth us sitting here in this moment, making the time, setting the time aside to record this.
And re-recording.
Because it was something that somebody was going to receive from the gift of our sharing.
Yeah.
First of all, we ourselves receive so much.
Yeah, in this moment, I'm receiving the gift of. I'm experiencing the gift of this. That's why it's always a joy to do it.
Right, and here's
that's
where
what they say. Course in Miracles, any lesson you teach will be taught.
Right, and here's the joy of who are you. And what do you have that somebody is waiting for?
Yeah.
I just love the story of Itamar when I was sitting in ceremony and the shaman asked me to sing. And my initial reaction was no.
Yeah.
No. And then, Itamar walked right behind him and said, but when there's a piece of my heart that's locked, and the only way it could get unlocked is if you sing. Your voice unlocked that piece of my heart. And that was a tall order for me, a very tall order for me, because who was I to deny the piece of his heart that was locked from me being able to open my mouth and sing?
Yeah.
And so many gifts came through that moment. And every time I go to ceremony, I sing with everything that I have.
Yeah.
Because maybe someone in that room is waiting for my voice to unlock a piece of their heart.
Yeah.
And maybe there's something you have to offer that will unlock a piece of my heart. So I always
Undoubtedly
say,
you do. Undoubtedly you do. Undoubtedly we all do.
I ask you to share whatever it is.
Yeah.
And share it from your overflow.
Yeah.
But even if in a moment you feel like you're not in your overflow, but a sharing, a knowing comes through you, do it. Do it anyway. Do it against the natural. I know what that's going to create, because sometimes it will create exactly the opposite. And a ripple effect is so huge. Like, we just decided to re-record this, right? And we're going to drop both episodes.
Yeah.
Even if we do 1 week after the next, or however we decide
We
to
can do part 1, part 2 today.
But I just want you to hear the difference in what showed up in both of these episodes. One did not record, but this conversation needed to continue to be aired.
Look,
because who knew the story of her taking pictures of the heart? I see her taking pictures of the heart. I started taking pictures of the heart. I found them in random places, because this story is so incredibly beautiful. Because if I go back to ceremony in 2022, when I went to Sinai for the retreat, and I just wanted to find a heart, and I wanted to find a shell from the sea in the form of a heart. And I remember, I didn't have my phone, and I remember being asked, could I do I want to go on a walk with somebody to walk the beach at sunset? And I was like, sure. If you see a heart, remember that I'm looking for a heart.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was looking for a heart for. I didn't have a concept about the heart.
Yeah.
And he said, there's your heart. And the water went into the ocean, and the sand had a beautiful huge heart.
Oh, wow.
Right in the sand. And we didn't have our phones with us to be able to take the picture, to capture it. But it was somebody else there with me. Itai was there with me. And he said, there is the heart. And we both was in awe that universe had offered us this heart in the sand of the sea that I couldn't take a picture of, but what my request was fulfilled. And lo and behold, I would say, but that's not the heart I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And then to find a beer bottle, a green beer bottle, broken in the shape of a heart.
Yeah.
And when I came back to Circle and Integration, I shared it. And the shaman's reply was, it wasn't good enough that God gave you a heart in the sand. He provided you with a heart out of glass, which is made of sand.
Wow.
And I was still looking for the shell of the heart. And that whole experience opened up my heart, period, in a whole new way, a whole new magnitude that I had never experienced. So for a year later, for my daughter to be having a heart moment and watch a clip on YouTube about a heart, and for her to capture the heart, like, this synchronicity, this life journey, this experience is just so beautiful and intertwined and filled with so much incredible amazement of the ability to tap into gratitude. So even in having this moment, this is a whole moment that we are having that we've never had before. Yeah. And
never before seen.
Right? I'm so filled with gratitude for this moment.
Yeah.
And for you to share it with us. Like, sharing aspects of ourselves with you. And prayerfully, it's doing something to your heart.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Prayerfully.
So, and if it isn't, we're grateful for that as well.
I'm grateful for it.
I'm thankful.
Oh,
I'm thankful for it all. Good, bad, and beautiful.
Yeah, I'm just now learning this song. I'm going to have
to... tap into it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's pull out one more card.
One more card.
Wrap it up.
All right. Let's see where this goes. I'm going to take another card. Oh, well, I could just ask this.
Oh, wow.
But I just don't know. It says, based on what you learned about me, based on what you know about me, based on what you learned about me, does my social media accurately reflect who I am? Why or why not? I don't know if you tapped into my social game.
Oh, my God. Yes, it accurately captures who she is in real life.
Okay,
it is not a front. It is exactly who she is with all of the flair and beauty and the personality, the artistic aspect, the intellectual aspect, the living authentically and showing herself.
I gotta say, I appreciate it, but
sometimes we just receive.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think I fall in love easily? Why or why not?
I think you do. I think you fall in love with life. I think that you walk and step in love. So I think that you fall in love easily with everything, with new experiences, and with people, and with creation itself. So yes, I think you walk in love. So I think you fall in love very easily.
All right.
We rising in love though.
I was just thinking that. Oh, well, I was thinking that because we don't want to. I surely don't want to be tripping.
We ain't tripping in love. We're rising. Yeah.
Rise up.
Rise up.
That's right. All right. So take a moment and be grateful for it all, and know that you are wonderfully made in the image and likeness of the Creator, whatever that the Creator of your understanding is, and that you are worthy to be praised and loved.
Always, always. Bye. Hopefully this one recorded. We'll see.